Amazing,
I
right?
know,
That
you
never
know.
happens.
You know, it's just
Thanks for
surprising.
watching X-Play. Today, we will exclusively reveal a new enemy and a killer weapon from BioShock Infinite. You are not going to see this anywhere else.
Plus, we'll help you save money on blockbuster titles and talk with rock legend Slash about the new music game that could teach you to play guitar.
X-Play starts right now. Hello and welcome to X-Play, TV's most watched video game show. I'm Morgan Webb.
And I'm Adam Sessler. Now, believe it or not, that line does not get us tables at nice restaurants. It kind of helps the taco trucks when you slip them a 20.
Coming up on today's show, we'll show you how to control a mech using only Kinect in Steel Battalion Heavy Armor. Then, I'm going to help you score some great games and save some money at the same time.
Plus, we got a special edition of Feedback with Double Fine's Tim Schafer, Bethesda's Pete Hines, and Valve's Chet Falasek. And later, a review of SSX. We'll tell you if EA's return to the snowboarding series is worth a buy.
But first, let us send it over to Blair for a look at the year's most anticipated game.
Thank you, guys. Of course, the game we're all talking about is Kingdom Hearts 3. Just kidding, BioShock Infinite. The folks at Irrational Games have been kind enough to give us four exclusive previews of the follow-up to our 2007 Game of the Year. Yep, 4. Here's the first one, which focuses on a very large gun and the creepy motorized Patriot that wields it.
What I personally would have liked to have seen in a BioShock game is sort of a broader range of enemies. And I think in BioShock Infinite, we really want to have a sort of a class of enemies that had a more imaginative range of powers. And we came up with this concept called the heavy hitters, who are enemies that are sort of used to not just be more powerful, but also to augment the abilities of the more traditional BioShock enemies. You're gonna come across them in certain areas of the game, and they're gonna provide a really unique challenge. You know, we wanted an AI that really expressed sort of the very sort of clear system of beliefs the founders have, and a heavy hitter that would sort of represent that. And the motorized Patriot is sort of the embodiment of that.
And they came up with this idea of this creepily motorized, like Hall of Presidents animatronic George Washington. It was specifically the face, specifically this weird, like, porcelain child dolls, you know, poor rendering of George Washington. That kind of clinched it.
Everybody saw it and said, okay, we can roll with that. It's one of those rare moments where you kind of all come together and you realize, okay, this is going to work. We're all on the same page here. Let's just move forward with what we got.
I could use a turret!
On it! Booker, the gear!
So the motorized Patriot, a couple of things make him really special besides the aesthetic of him. One is that he's, unlike most of the enemies, he's completely fearless. He doesn't have a sense of self-preservation, so he'll just keep coming at you and coming at you and coming at you.
You know, despite the fact that you face many different kinds of enemies in this game, you clearly can't reason with this one. He's just gonna keep coming forever, you know? He is sort of a clockwork Terminator.
The other cool thing about him, he's got this Gatling gun called a peppermill. But once you destroy the Patriot, Booker can actually go pick up the peppermill and actually use it as a heavy weapon. And that's the only place he can get it, was from a destroyed motorized Patriot.
I mean, I also like that, you know, as he starts to take serious damage, his head he actually loses the Washington mask, and it reveals his sort of metal skeleton underneath.
The thing I like most about this guy is that I think he's pretty readable as what he does. You know, he's a fairly simple guy. He's not a Swiss Army knife. He's a guy with a big gun, and I think that reads pretty well.
He's got this incredible sense of heaviness. He's relentless, and just hearing sort of the things he's saying is both funny and kind of terrifying. But he's, you know, a deadly, deadly enemy.
I am extremely excited to fight that clockwork Terminator. I love it. Also, totally had wooden teeth when his mask came off. It's gonna be amazing. Blair should have registered for a BioShock peppermill for his wedding, but I'm sure he just got sheets instead. All right, stay tuned to X-Play because we're going to debut 3 more exclusive BioShock Infinite previews in the coming weeks. And now we're going to talk about the Xbox Mech Sim Steel Battalion. It has to be played with the most obnoxious controller ever made. It had 2 sticks, pedals, and over 40 buttons. So you have to appreciate the irony that the upcoming Steel Battalion heavy armor uses Kinect. Here's a preview.
The infamously huge controller that came with the original Steel Battalion is a thing of the past in the upcoming sequel, Steel Battalion Heavy Armor. Capcom has streamlined the gameplay by combining the interactivity of the Kinect with the 360's controller.
I'd be proud just to shake your hand.
I have to say, people have said there's no core games for Kinect. What are you aiming for with Steel Battalion?
We're really trying to bring the next level of sort of immersive gameplay to the players using, normal gameplay, like your normal first-person shooter, but adding this layer of Kinect functionalities and Kinect interaction to it.
When it comes to the Kinect stuff, it's interacting with your crew, it's opening doors. How varied is it?
Well, it's a balance. It's a 50-50, but again, it's up to the player to decide whether or not they want to spend more time shooting stuff, moving the tank, and interacting with the crew or with the different, things in the cockpit. It's up to you and the way you want to play the game.
Oh, hell. Incoming!
And when it comes to combat, you'll find out quickly that there's definitely no shortage of weapons or mechs.
You got 2 main weapons, the machine gun, which is the left trigger of the controller, and the main tank cannon against vehicles and other tanks. That's the 2 basic ones. As you progress through the game, you'll get access to upgrades for your VT, vertical tank, and at some point you'll get new VTs as well, so expect some more weapons throughout the game.
The setting and story of the game, it's in the future, but it actually looks like it's World War II.
We wanted to keep that element from the original Steel Battalion, but we thought, okay, we need a new sort of environment, so let's set it up in the future. But the background story is because these bacteria ate all the silicon from every computer in the planet, technology sort of regressed to the point of World War II, 1940s, 1950s. So it's a great mix, very unique sort of environment and universe that the team created.
When is Steel Battalion coming?
So Steel Battalion is coming out in the US on June 19th and in Europe on June 22nd.
All right, can't wait to play. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Crossovers are nothing new to fighting games, but we've never seen anything on the scale of Street Fighter Cross Tekken. There are 2 separate games, one made by Capcom and one made by Namco. They play very differently. Here is our review of the first one. When we were younglings, we would close our eyes at night and dream about the worlds of Street Fighter and Tekken colliding. Well, we're adults now with grown-up problems like mortgages, but we've somehow finally received our childhood wish.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken!
And good news, it's pretty damn awesome.
Is it possible that Pandora's box is connected to the Satsui no Hado?
Who cares? Story takes second place to the main idea. They've basically taken some of the biggest names Capcom has and stirred them up with Tekken favorites like Kazuya and King. Because this title was developed by Capcom, players of Street Fighter will feel right at home. The integration of Tekken characters and elements is done very smoothly.
Here come some new challengers!
The way that the game implements 2 versus 2 action is also well done. The tag system leads to interesting combo opportunities and manages to not feel like a retread of the Marvel game. Also, if one life bar drops to 0, you lose, even if your second character has full health. This is borrowed from Tekken Tag Tournament and adds to the unique feel of Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Here's a tip, the new fighting system helps charge characters like, wait, look at that raptor, it has boxing gloves. Now that is just adorable.
You win!
Anyway, the downsides of this game are small but worth mentioning. The clunky menu system feels surprisingly outdated for a game coming out in 2012.
Oh good, you're awake.
But we're still highly recommending Street Fighter Cross Tekken for its addictive fighting mechanics and colorful cast of characters.
Stay tuned for further updates in this fascinating story as it develops.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken gets a 4.5 out of 5.
Yet another game I'm gonna suck at online. Coming up on X-Play, Slash is gonna show you how to play guitar in band-fused rock legends, yeah! Plus, we've got a review of SSX, a special edition of G4TV.com's feedback, and Morgan's tips on how to score great games on a budget. We'll be right back.
All work and no food is making Lorenzo very snippy. Seriously?
Hunger getting to you? Ooh. Grab a Ritz Crackerfuls made with real peanut butter and whole grain. Get hunger before it gets you.
This is my son, Michael.
You get a free week.
Here are the twins.
It's the Mother's Day sale at Rent-A-Center, and that means a free week.
That's my baby, Henry.
For moms of all kinds. Get a free week on everything in the store during the Mother's Day sale at Rent-A-Center.
Whoa.
Nobody insures more bikes than Progressive. Do you guys ride?
Well,
no.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if you know anybody else who also rides, send them here. We got great coverage. It's not like bikers love their bikes more than life itself. I doubt anyone will even notice.
Leading the pack in motorcycle insurance. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Why just watch films and TV shows when you can learn to make them? Get behind the camera and turn your obsession into professional opportunities with the help of Collins College. Their Bachelor of Arts degree in film and video production can teach you about this exciting industry. You can learn skills in production, camera operation, or video editing. Call Collins College today. Call now for a complimentary brochure. Call 888-823-0999. That's 888-823-0999. Call now.
2 adjectives to describe your partner. Bag, douche.
Neither of those words are adjectives.
Man up! Common Law premieres Friday at 10. USA, characters welcome.
If you like video games, you need to be a member of GameFly.
Join GameFly. Choose the games you want online, get them in the mail, and send them back when you're done.
There's no due dates, no late fees.
This is the best way to play all the games you want for a great price.
Go to GameFly.com now. Click the joystick in the top right corner. Enter G4 in the box and get started with a free extended trial. And remember, you can cancel at any time. Product shown rated E through M. Now you can also play PC games as often as you want with our new Unlimited PC Play, free for members.
Whether you're online, in line, or totally out of line,
there's plenty wrong with me.
X-Play is your guide to this summer's hottest games, with exclusive trailers and world premiere footage, including titles like Max Payne 3, Game of Thrones, and The Walking Dead. Everyone plays. X-Play Summer Games Preview. Week-long event starts Monday at 6:30, only on G4.
Every Wednesday, I round up the old G4 think tank for a new episode of G4TV.com's Feedback. We break down the news, new releases, and what games we are currently playing. Sometimes we even get special guests, like the developers of Portal 2, Skyrim, and a tiny little game called Brutal Legend. Hello everybody, welcome to a very special DICE 2012 edition of Feedback here in the Games Lounge at the Video Game History Museum. We've got Tim from Double Fine, Chet from Valve, and Pete from Bethesda. Guys, do we ever see a point where we can crowdsource the creative?
Well, I mean, that's what the workshop is in Steam, right? And we just saw, we integrated over Skyrim, and instantly we got to see the posh crabs. And we got to see the space orb come down, you know, inside of Skyrim. And that's super cool. And that's, I mean, partially because their game's so open and available to modding that people can do it. And then, you know, you just see this wealth of things being added to the game where you have to add it, and you look at it, and it's just, now it's just a click of a button. It's in your game, and you get to experience it.
Yeah! We've hired at Bethesda a number of folks whose resume portfolio was, here's some of the cool stuff that I did with, you know, Fallout 3 or with Oblivion or whatever it was, and we knew who they were and what they had done. You know, I get people who ask all the time, like, what do I have to do to get in the industry? This gives you the ability to spend time writing, doing art, coming up with cool systems, doing programming stuff, whatever it is. It's a great showpiece for anybody who wants to get into the industry.
And then even other developers get to make stuff. So I'm going to make some books. It's been my dream to write the books in the Oblivion series, and so I'm going to write some books.
Really?
I'm pretty excited. excited.
All three of your studios have their own personality. How would you describe your company's own unique vibe?
Double Fine is still pretty small and it's a tight-knit bunch, and so I would go with sexy, yeah.
I think it depends on the project. And, like Half-Life was a symphony orchestra, and Left 4 Dead was the major stadium rock band, right? Just making noise and ugly. So it depends really on the game.
You know, for us, Bethesda, having been in the industry for a very long time, was a very mom and pop shop. We still want to maintain that same sort of mentality of like being the little guy, going up against all the other big guys and being successful.
Pitch us a video game that you would play, but you would never be allowed to make.
Laser Squad Nemesis was a great game. Somebody needs to make that for the iPad because it would be brilliant with a server and take it with you wherever you go.
Well, I know a game I probably wouldn't be allowed to make. Skyrim 2. I would love to, if that name is available, I would like to make that.
I want some long version of some strategy game I can play on my iPad. That I come and go from it. Like I played Dungeon Raid. It's a great game. If you haven't played it, you should play it. But I'm gonna play that for hours on end. I'm not that smart.
Thank you guys for being here. Again, I know you're really busy. Really appreciate it. Thank you, as always, for watching. Thank you to the Video Game History Museum for allowing us to sit here. And new episode week, 4tv.com/feedback.
All right, after the break, the rock god known as Slash will explain how confused rock legends can teach you how to play the guitar. Plus great games that will not break the bank, and a review of the Nar Nar snowboarding game SSX. We'll be right back.
Having one of those days? Tired, groggy, can't seem to get anything done. It makes for one lousy day. But when you're alert and energetic, that's different. You're more with it, sharper, getting stuff done. This is why people choose 5-Hour Energy over 9 million times a week. It gives them the alert, energetic feeling they need to get stuff done. 5-Hour Energy, when you gotta get stuff done.
Burning hot, irritated eyes? Introducing Clear Eyes Cooling Comfort, the eye drop that goes beyond ordinary. With a cool, refreshing rush you feel instantly. Cool. New Clear Eyes Cooling Comfort.
If you're sitting with a structured settlement or annuity, you're sitting on a pile of cash. But if you need that cash now, call J.G. Wentworth and say, I need cash now. They'll make it easy to get the cash. It's not like taking out a loan or maxing out your credit card, and there's no debt because you're not borrowing the money. You're just sitting on it. Well, don't sit on it any longer. Get your cash now by calling J.G. Wentworth and speak with one of our specialists. There's no cost or obligation. J.G. Wentworth has helped thousands of people, and they can help you too. Instead of sitting on a pile of cash, call now and get it in your hands. You'll be sitting pretty fast. So don't just sit there and think about it. Pick up the phone and call J.G. Wentworth now.
Call 1-866-494-9116. 1-866-494-9116.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Good things come to those who don't wait, so don't wait. Switch to the Time Warner Cable Triple Play for just $99.99 a month, and you can get over 25 premium channels free for 3 months when you sign up. Call by Saturday to switch and receive a reward card worth up to $100 too. Call 1-855-712-3049 for the Triple Play, over 25 premium channels, and up to a $100 reward card. But don't wait. This offer ends Saturday. So call 1-855-712-3049 now.
Want to save money on your next RV purchase? Wilkins RV in Bath, New York has your answer. We've been putting together bigger and better discounts, and we're ready to pass the savings on to you. Purchase a 2012 Cherokee travel trailer for just $124 per month. Get a Flagstaff fold down for just $116 per month, or a luxurious 2012 Elkridge fifth wheel for just $176 per month. Over 300 RVs to choose from, and over 100 pre-owned RVs starting at $100 a month. Don't let these savings pass you by. Visit wilkinsrv.com for details and directions.
Over the past few years, music games have been inching towards teaching people how to play an actual instrument, typically guitar. Rock Band made a good start. Rocksmith let you use your own guitar, and now the just-announced band-fused rock legends could top them all. Having Slash as the in-game instructor helps. Here's a preview. Slash is back again. The iconic guitar god last associated with Guitar Hero is on stage again in Band Fuse, a game that aims to teach real guitar skills to gamers.
Like when I was first picking up the guitar, how I would have lusted after something like this if it had been available.
The instrument as controller isn't a new concept thanks to last year's Rocksmith and Rock Band 3's Pro modes. But Band Fuse has taken the teaching guitar concept a little deeper using real guitar tablature instead of note highways.
This is an opportunity for people to actually spend hours and hours and hours on something that's entertainment, but also develop a skill that they can take with them when the game is turned off.
And beneath the surface, the developers are working hard to make Band Fuse stand head and shoulders above other music games.
Most of the work we've done, you'll never see. It's all the coding we've done to eliminate that latency so that when you play the note, you hear it come out. It's the stuff that we've done in the polyphonic note detection so that it's sensing all those different things at the same time in real time. If you play a bad note, but you hit it at the right time, you're still going to get timing points for it, even though it knows the pitch was off. If you do it enough times, the game figures out, hey, you need some help with this.
So is Band Fuse a game or a teacher? According to Gomes, at its best, it's both.
I think the goals, that we're talking about are that, we want to bring that level of reality to gaming, and that this is more of a lifestyle product. If you treat it that way, it can be treated as a pure game, or you can use it as something that you can then take with you wherever you go. You don't have to plug into the console.
Band Fuse is set to arrive later this year on the Xbox 360.
All right, guys, here's the state of things. $60 will buy 12 gallons of gas or a brand new video game. It's pretty depressing, right? So why not split the difference? Put a few gallons in the tank and buy these great games. They will provide you hours of entertainment and they are reasonably priced. If you are sick and tired of waiting for that long overdue tax return just so you can afford some new games, I have good news. Here are 3 great titles that Amazon.com is practically giving away. First up is Castlevania Lords of Shadow for just $16.99. This hack and slash affair is long and extremely difficult, but totally rewarding. Lords of Shadow is a beautiful looking rebirth for the Castlevania franchise, and for its low price, it's worth every penny. Next up is Vanquish. If you're a fan of third-person sci-fi action games, this game will not disappoint. And if you're new to the genre, this is an excellent place to start. The gate's open now. Vanquish is not a toy that you play with once and toss aside. It is meant to be played again and again. So for $21 on the Xbox and just $15 on the PS3, why not give it a try? And finally, if you're looking for some ass-kicking weapons and hundreds of orcs to unleash them on, then you should grab the action-packed Warhammer 40K Space Marine for just $17.99. There you have it, 3 unbeatable deals that would have Uncle Sam saying, I want you.
Coming up after the break, someone might say Steezy, Pow Pow, or Freshies. That's because we've got a brutally honest review of the snowboarding game SSX right after this.
Ninja Warrior, next on G4.
Hello. This is where we do that bundling thing? Let's see what you got. RV, covered. Why would you pay for a hotel?
I never do.
Motorcycles? Check. ATV.
I ride those.
Do you?
No.
Boat.
House?
Hello, dear. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, check it.
The more you bundle, the more you save. Now that's Progressive.
I know guys like you sitting right where you're sitting thinking exactly what you're thinking. Like, how the heck do I find a job, start a career, or even change careers? And in this tough economy, you gotta think harder and smarter. Look, there's only one place that guys like you, guys like this go when they're serious about a future as an auto technician. That's Universal Technical Institute. UTI gives you real-world hands-on training in classrooms like this, equipped by the industry's top manufacturers. We know how you want to learn, and we teach you in a way that clicks. So the technology you learn here is the same technology you'll use every day when you're working. The best brands in the industry partner with UTI. Well, it's because they want these guys in their shops when they graduate. 4 out of 5 UTI grads get jobs in their field of study. UTI's tech training for people who are serious about being the best in the business. If you're motivated and ready to work, let's talk. Give us a call and we'll talk about UTI programs, campuses, and even financial aid. Your new career starts your first day at UTI. Are you ready? Call now.
Coming May 20th to G4, the toughest obstacle course in the world, has just one rule: don't get wet. Can anyone conquer the course? American Ninja Warrior premieres May 20th at 9 on G4.
Remember when you didn't have to spend a lot to give Mom something special on Mother's Day? With ProFlowers, that's still true. Give Mom something to smile about with a dozen roses for just $19.99. That's a 50% savings. Order now, and Mom also gets our elegant glass vase free. Hurry, supplies are limited. Or for the mom that deserves the best, double the roses plus this premium pink vase and spa trio kit for just $9.99 more. Take advantage of this amazing TV offer. Go to proflowers.com, click the microphone in the upper right corner, enter G4 in the box.
It makes me feel really good knowing that I've made her happy with flowers.
Well, the flowers always looked big and beautiful and pretty.
I'm thinking about you, I care about you, and so I send the very best.
This amazing TV offer is 50% off retail pricing, but only if you go to proflowers.com, click the microphone in the upper right corner, enter G4 in the box, or call toll-free 1-800-FRESHEST and mention TV. Show the moms in your life how much you love them. Go online now.
Welcome back. The SSX franchise has been dormant for many years. Your only alternative was to suffer through that game featuring Shaun White, the Rocky Dennis of snowboarding. Wiki it. But now those dark years are behind us. EA has finally delivered a new SSX game, and here's our review.
There is nothing more deadly than snowboarding. Well, at least that's the idea behind EA's relaunch of the SSX brand.
Welcome to the first stop on the SSX Deadly Descent road trip.
And we have some very good news. SSX is a thrilling return to form for the series. Revamped controls and new abilities have breathed fresh life into the franchise.
As they say, go big or go home, my friend.
It also features a surprisingly elaborate backstory.
Recent news has found my ears, though, that one of their original team members, Griff Simmons, has bailed on Team SSX. And with Griff gone, most of SSX's funding has followed. So SSX has turned to their fans for help. Live streaming this monumental event will give SSX the funding they need to get right back in this thing and kick off the adventure.
Yes, crowdfunding the exploits of this team through viral video awareness is actually a plot point in SSX. How topical. Anyway, you trot around the globe competing in races, trick challenges, and survival missions where your goal is to survive deadly descents using new toys like high-altitude face masks and wingsuits. Look, you're a flying squirrel! Tricks and grabs can now be pulled off by moving the right analog stick. This is a change for the series and it works very well, but there's still an option for classic button-based controls if you'd like.
There are a few unexpected surprises as well.
The online multiplayer is based around beating the times and scores your friends achieve. If you're looking for true head-to-head racing, you're gonna be disappointed. The organization of the in-game store is also a bit of a letdown, but overall, there is a lot to love about this game. It may not be the most realistic depiction of snowboarding, but it does justice to the SSX name.
Gnarly!
SSX gets a 4.5.
Let's finish this like it means something.
Out of 5. Next week on X-Play, we'll exclusively reveal another explosive preview of BioShock Infinite. Plus, we've got a brutally honest review of MLB 12 The Show. Then we'll head to the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco for a look at all of the latest games.
We still have 3 BioShock Infinite previews, exclusive ones on the way.
We love exclusive. Thank you so much for watching X-Play. We're gnarly.
Right. Rar, rar.